My name is Chris Roberts and I'm gonna show you in this video how you get in 4 simple steps to this nice results which we see right now. So even though I didn't really take care of this plant, we have a really nice result and I'm really happy about this, and I'm gonna show you again like 4 steps how to make growing simple, easy, small and secret without any smell. So before I start to explain you how we get to this nice result, I take this nice plant out of the suitcase, and I'm gonna also tell you a little bit more about the suitcase in itself, yeah? Why we need this, and also how we came to this result as I promised. But first let's start with a little bit with the suitcase. This is a suitcase, a modified suitcase to enable you growing very secretly. It's made by Bonsanto. So we have LED lights, very high efficient LED lights, imitating the sun to get a really decent result. And the good thing here about this, it doesn't get warm. It has Samsung LED lights, have 90,000 hours of capacity, which means like you could grow with the suitcase at least 15 to 20 years. Then we have the internal ventilation to strengthen the plant and to reduce mold risk. We have an active carbon filter, so fresh air comes from the bottom and gets filtered here and then out, so there's no smell, and it's very, very silent. You can put it basically everywhere. So now we have this very nice result here. First of all, we need a really good genetic. A genetic which is made for mini growing and which enables you to get really nice results without the hassle. Here I can recommend, for instance, this is Velvet Dream. Velvet Dream is a seed coming from Bonsanto Mini Grow Box.com. The second thing is you really need good soil. I can really recommend you this soil because there are no insects or anything inside where you have problems in the end with illness of the plant or any troubles. It's also pre-fertilized, so you don't need to take care about fertilization about the first 4 weeks, which also is very important. And there's some pellet inside, so this enables you also to compensate if you overwater or underwater. So start with really, really good soil, and I can recommend you the soil here. Then we have the seed. We put the seed into the bucket, 5 millimeters under the soil. Before we start with this story, we put the soil in the bucket, we make it wet, 500 ml roughly, water, just plain water from the sink. Then we put the seed 5 millimeters under the soil, and then we put some foil on top of this to keep the humidity, and then we keep the lights for 24 hours on. Then the first green will appear, and when the first green appears, you can get rid of the foil, and then you continue with 18 hours of light for the first 6 weeks. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you also how we use the ferment box to cure and ferment sort of like your wheat in the best way, so to get Amsterdam quality. We start now germinating the seed. We have germinated the seed, 18 hours of light, and then we continue with this. Then we use fertilizer. Bonsanto made it very simple. They just have 2 fertilizers, and I really recommend them because they are first of all organic and they're very easy to operate. We use 1 liter of water, sink water, and we use 30 drops of this one here. And then we put this in once or twice a week. Yeah, that's enough. And when you come to the flower phase, you use extreme energy from Bonsanto, and you use also 30 drops, and then you combine this always with the flower phase, and then you are finished. You don't have to do more. These are automatic seeds. You can put them in 18 hours of light and they're very fast. So with only 4 euros electricity cost of this one, you can get easily a result of 35 to 45 grams every 2 months. And then comes this grog thing in place. So this grog basically makes your plant small, yeah? So once the plant is here, you can put the plant in this grog, yeah, and bend sort of like the plant down, so you get sort of like a bonsai look and feel. You can also use these small things where you put in the soil to keep to bend sort of like a plant down. It's also very beneficial. The good thing is everything is standing in a nice manual here, where everything is explained, every step from the seed, watering, flower phase, growth and whatever, 5 years of knowledge. It always has been improved. I can really recommend you this, and if you want to have this up front, you can go on per email, send an email to info@bonsanto.com, says below, and ask for this manual, and they will send it for free to you so you can get some understanding of it. Now the big question is, what do we do with this nice yield so that we get the best quality out of this? And there we use this ferment box which you see here to make a very slow drying process. I take this ferment box here. This ferment box is a wood box made from Austria with Italian wood. It's no China quality, no Timo quality. There's no glue inside in the wood, so it's no chemicals, which is very important because we want to have food grade standards. And this is what's the ferment box about. It's a big humidifier, you can imagine, but it has also an active carbon filter here attached, which sort of like filters the air and the smell, so there will be no smell while drying. So now we make some nice way of harvesting. So it's very simple. We take sort of like this stuff out. There we go. We have here this nice yield, and we're not cutting them further. We just do following thing. So we put this stuff here. Yeah, I can put this more out. Not too close to each other. Yeah, if they're too close. Also, we want to have no mold in the drying process, and it's also very important. If they're too compacted, but I prefer them to put them out. It's like pizza baking. So we put them out. If they're too compact, I will put them really out of, because I want to get some oxygen. Yeah. Okay. So we put this inside. Now we have this inside, and we make the active carbon filter on for 2 days. 24 hours, and from day 3 only 4 times or 2 times a day for 15 minutes. You can use this with a timer. But we want to slow dry the stuff to really get this Amsterdam quality. And the way how we do this is that we keep the humidity between 60 and 70% while drying for 8 weeks. There's a special trick for this. We basically use this sort of like coconut balls, but you can use anything else, and we put water inside. Once we put the water inside, we use a special salt. This is not a normal salt, it's a food grade mineral from the mountains combined with some other food grade chemicals. So there's no danger for you. You could theoretically also eat this. There's no poison or nothing. But once you put the water inside this coconut bowl, you put the salt in, this pro-ferment powder, and then, which I already did, you put then this whole thing inside. You carefully close this whole thing, and now the magic happens in this box. So it's about the humidity. And this is made from wood, because wood is also a regulation. There's a regulation with the humidity inside. Trust me, all people love this stuff. They never dry without the ferment box ever again once they use this. And I really recommend this. You can also use this for big ones. Up to 150 grams, 200 grams are fitting inside, so there's no problem. We start a new grow on my channel in the next days in the Bonsanto suitcase. If you have any questions, please come back to me. I wish you all the best. Your Chris Roberts.